In this video, I'm going to go over my journey to becoming an RCA, or a Registered Consulting Arborist. I started the process about 10 years ago, finally finished, and so this is going to be an overview of some of the thoughts I had about that process. The RCA is officially a level of membership within the ASCA organization, and ASCA stands for American Society of Consulting Arborists. You don't have to be an ASCA member or an RCA to do some consulting, but if you wanted to advance yourself, that's the organization. So people think of the RCA as a credential, but officially it's just a level of membership. So to qualify, you have to be an ASCA member, which has its own requirements. Then you need to complete their consulting academy, which includes a multi-day workshop, test, and a couple of reports. And then after that, you can submit 2 additional reports to complete the RCA process. There's generally 2 tracks of people plus some intermediaries here and there. One, either you go to the academy and then you immediately get your RCA, or you go to academy and you take forever, or you never do it. My old boss was in the never do it category. And I get that, because after, full-time job of writing reports, no one wants to write more reports unless you have a solid reason. And my reasons for not getting it was also that I qualified for this really early on, very soon after I graduated, but I had almost no work experience. So I knew it was just gonna make my imposter syndrome so much worse when I have these extra acronyms behind my name, but I don't have any experience to back it up. And because it's technically membership, if you let your membership lapse for about 2 years or so, you lose your RCA number. But finally, I came around. I decided that because now I work for myself, people will be more likely to hire me for jobs. I knew that I was going to be going to these ASCA conferences. I was going to be an ASCA member for as long as I have this business running. So it's finally time to do it. And I will say that I tried before this. I tried last year, but I ended up losing the report that I started writing, and then I decided to just quit because there's no time limit. And then I went to the conference last year. I met someone who went to the same academy that I did, and he hadn't done his report either. So we decided to make a $500 bet, and that was enough to get me going. I'm currently working on my first RCA report. Not like right this moment, but it's not going as efficiently as I would like. I do like being able to sit down and do a whole bunch of work at one time, but I just do chunks of it here and there whenever I feel like it. My plan is to make an entire checklist of all the little formatting things that the RCA report has to follow. It's a ASCA booklet style report, and then I'll just be able to check things off, and it'll feel like I'm making progress. So after work, if I feel like I only want to do one task, there will be regular progress every time I check off those tasks. So at this point, I'm about 80 to 90% done with my report. I find that there's been a couple of things that have been helpful. One, I'm building out these checklists for what I have left to do. And that's useful because I'm not thinking about it when I'm working on it. I just know that I already have that checklist. I can just go and look at it later, and I'll be able to hit the most important points. I'm done with my first report. I wasn't expecting to finish quickly, but towards the end it really sped up, and I decided to let go of my standard, so I'm aiming for like a B-level report. We'll see. I submitted it. We'll see how long it takes for them to review that, and then hopefully I can get it all done within January. I just submitted my second RCA report, which is the original scenario. I received my first report back pretty quickly. They have comments on the report itself, as well as a rubric as to how they graded you. The scenario report is one where you come in with your own situation. It's a lot easier if you've done some reports already for clients, because you can just take that and adjust it. But honestly, this was a short report. In terms of text, it was like a page and a half. So I'm not sure how I'm going to turn that into like an inflated report. That's part of my hesitation with this process, is it's not very realistic. Like, I would never actually write my reports this way. And it's very redundant too. It's very feels like you're taking English class or something.
Based on the previous score that I got, I decided to not go through and proofread my report. Like, it just has to be good enough, right? I don't need to get 100%. And I really don't care. No one cares, right? So I just wanted to get it done, and I ended up wrapping it up a lot sooner than I thought.
And now I'm an RCA. As of the end of February, I got my reports graded. I actually did better on the second one than the first one, even though I tried less hard. And yay. That kind of captures how I feel about it, I guess. Now I just gotta slap my number on all my reports and stuff, and we'll see. I don't know if I remember, if I notice, maybe I'll make an update video in a year or two as to whether being an RCA has changed anything. I'm guessing not.